So, Craigie Thomas, thank you so much for joining us on Good Company, mate.
Thank you for having me. I'm really pumped to be here.
Mate, we've got heaps to talk about. We could go on for hours, but ton to get through in the day. So, just to keep this short, mate, who is Craig and what do you do? What's the companies and what are you up to?
So, Craig, I'm merely a family man, husband, father, but my businesses are Greena Business Solutions and Maggi Indigenous Furniture. So where they came from is I had a long spell with a company called Corporate Express, which became Staples and then Wink. I was with them for nearly 20 years, took a redundancy back in 2013 and started Greena Business Solutions. And soon thereafter, probably 2019, joined up with the Fyenga twins and set up Maggi, and we essentially do commercial furniture.
Yep, and the furniture's brilliant. So there's a ton of stuff that you do across that furniture space. Heap of experience there. I'm sitting in one of the chairs right now, most comfortable chairs you can get. But you guys, I suppose, what are you best known for in the furniture space? Would you say the chairs, the solutions, or is it a mixed bag?
This is going to sound really arrogant, but if you talk to a lot of our customers, our suppliers, our business has been built on problem solving, communication, and relationships. My team could go into selling anything, not just furniture, and it would be the same result. So although we do sell great furniture where we know everything about ergonomics, workstations, acoustics, all those sorts of things, really it's primarily come down to communication, shaking hands, meeting people, networking, and a lot of our business is reciprocal business and repeat business. It just keeps flowing.
Yeah, the relationships. I certainly agree. I think literally every time a top bloke comes to mind, I think of Craigie Thomas. So what inspired you to start or join the company? Like you started the company, so what started all of that?
Well, when I was made redundant, I had a bit of soul searching to do, which took me a couple of weeks, worked out what I wanted to do. I talked to some good friends in the industry and said, hey, what should I do? They said, man, you're a great bloke, go out on your own, start small and then see if you like it. So I was a one-man band working from home for 12 months. I picked up my first big job, which was a jail in Darwin for furniture worth about $500,000. That really set me up to then expand, get more staff, eventually move into a facility. We had an office in Toowong for about 5 years. We're now situated at Tennyson on the 13th green of the Brisbane Golf Club. Beautiful view, very happy there. So, yeah.
Yeah, not a bad view, I'd imagine.
Yes.
What's the one milestone or achievement that you would mark as being the most proud of so far?
In business, probably the sustained growth. I didn't really think of it at the time, but when the business hit 10 years, I had a lot of people communicating with me on LinkedIn, personally, popping in, basically saying that, geez, man, you've lasted 10 years, like you'll essentially now last forever, because that's the key time frame that people talk about in business, and it didn't really occur to me, but it was actually easy to achieve. I guess the next milestone was the growth factor, which growing obviously comes with pain, but it can surely come better over time with the right people, and then you jump that hurdle and I guess you keep going. We're probably in the second or third, probably definitely the third phase right now of growth with people. I've hit the number of people that I'd said in probably my 5th year that I want to ever employ. I didn't want to get any bigger than that. So I'm sort of at a crossroad now, whether to just creep into that next little space or stay where we are and try and grow organically or just grow our revenues based on the staff that we've got.
Yeah, for sure. And I suppose look, with those great times, like you've had that steady growth all the way throughout. Surely there's been some troublesome times along the way and some of the times there where it's almost fell apart. So for the guys listening, point at some of those times for us. And
100%. And I'll talk about two things. One was probably cash flow. Cash flow got really difficult. And I won't come to be a businessman at all. Quite honestly, I'm not really the boss in the business. I've got multiple bosses. I literally am a people person. I go out and talk to people, make sales, make connections, and I've got such a good team of people, it just runs itself. It's only really probably been the last 12 months that I've actually plugged in a little bit more and working on the business instead of in the business. That was a real critical thing, and I would definitely say I'm probably 4 years late in doing that. I'll put that down to two things. One was COVID, which was a interesting time. We did quite well through it. Cash flow remained well. We did drop off in sales, but I kept things fairly lean, so we were able to withstand some blows. Secondly, personal stuff. I've experienced burnout myself, mental drainage, stress, anxiety, and I think it comes from getting over adversity to try and clear out some of that, work out where you are, where your stress points are, overcome them, so that you're a better person as you turn that corner. And that's exactly what I've done. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Mate, you do such a good job. The major pivots or breakthroughs, I suppose more so the pivots, like when that COVID wave come for your side, did the business massively shift its direction, strategy, any major sort of changes that you made, or it was just knuckle down and keep at it?
We actually, during that, went back to basics. So I've got customers, I've got one in particular that I won't name, but one particular customer came to us. They had some chairs that were very, very old. They needed gas struts replaced, and a gas strut probably cost $7.50 out of China. It's probably $25 to us to sell it and $10 to fit it. That actual transaction, that relationship that I gained in this customer, they have now spent probably $2 million in the last sort of 7 years. And what I did in COVID, as I said, going back to basics, we went back to servicing people. We kind of, I guess, assumed that people weren't going to spend real money. You got people working from home, businesses shrinking, so there was no new floors of workstations going out. People were working from home. We were literally trying to get an electric desk and a nice chair into every home in Toowong at the time. We did okay with that, but we literally just started over servicing people because we knew once COVID turned around, these people are going to come back knocking on our door, and that's pretty much what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I suppose you've been one of the few. This is the first business really, like for you, as successful as it's been. It's been your first crack at a business. Is that right?
100%. Yep.
Okay, and so strategy, systems, and like the leadership that comes with running a business, is that just something that's come natural to you, or you learn a lot of that through your career?
Yeah, I probably learned a lot through childhood. My dad ran multiple radio stations during my childhood years, and I spent a lot of time in there as a child and probably a teenager. And not that I mimicked him, but I saw the type of person that he was. I saw the relationship he had with his staff, and even though he was probably a little more groomed and business, he more or less was treated like a boss. I saw that as an opportunity to probably not be that, even though I'd run sales teams and been run the furniture division for the whole state. I kind of wanted to be just one of the staff. I never wanted to be seen as a boss. I wanted the respect of a boss, but I wanted people to be able to show up and tell me exactly what they thought, make recommendations, push the status quo and change things if they felt I was making a bad choice. And I think that's where I've driven my business. I see most of my staff as, well, nearly all of them as friends and colleagues. Some of them I've worked with for 20 years. So I guess, yeah, we just have a different dynamic than maybe a typical business.
In the industry, has it remained the same, or has there been shifts throughout that you've sort of seen change along the way?
Yeah, definitely changes in the business. Obviously, the internet changed a lot of things. You've got a lot of people out there just selling furniture on Instagram and online. And although we've tried and looked at doing that sort of thing, our business is really face-to-face, B2B, just looking at problem solving, making sure the customers know who we are, what we do. There's definitely room to sell stuff on the internet, but it's not where I shine, I don't think, personally. Mm-hmm. But I'd be definitely open to plugging something in and seeing how it went.
Last couple, mate. Have you got anything exciting that you're building, working on? What's happening with the business at the moment?
So I've recently doubled my staff in probably the last 12 months, which is a huge thing for me. I'm going to call it payroll anxiety. But what I've found in doing so is I've got more and more people in the business. My level of stress has come down, or probably more shifted. It's come down where I'm not working in the business, but I'm making sure that my tentacles, as I call it, are all doing what they're meant to do, and managing from the top down, setting a good example. It's also given me a lot of time and clarity to deep think into ideas and opportunities. And whether I'm ADHD or not, I'm not sure, but I can talk and give out 50 tasks in about 3 minutes. And I think I just have to slow down, identify exactly what it is I want to do and what I want to achieve in the near future. But I suppose since turning 50 a couple of years ago, the shift really did become part of retirement, thinking more, I guess, selfishly about myself and my own financial goals. But at the same time, I needed to grow my staff in numbers as well as, I guess, experience, and making them accountable for what territory they're looking after as far as sales, admin, marketing, whatever their job is, and being able to then shift my focus in order to, I guess, pull myself out of the rat race and just look at it from a distance and say, hey, this is what I want. It's a bit of puppeteering, which I don't really like that term, particularly when you're talking about people. But I think if you're just moving things around, like on a chessboard, maybe is a better assumption. You can look at it from afar and go, I can see where this is going, and that's where I want it to go. But recently, in the last few months, we've started a CRM program. We've buddied up with HubSpot. We're currently training and getting the back end working because of the two businesses. It's a little bit difficult to, I guess, manage opportunities, manage contacts and projects moving forward. So I'm using the HubSpot CRM program as a bit of a way of splitting the businesses. Even though I've got designated staff in both businesses working together, this is going to allow us to align both income streams and opportunities in the future, and give us a bit more clarity on who's doing what.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. And lastly, how if someone's looking for you, where do they find you?
So on the 13th green at Tennyson, if you want to come and visit our showroom, I'll take you for a game of golf. Actually, that's a lie. They won't let me join because it's too expensive. But actually, maybe edit that out in case they do give me a membership one day. But I think we're online, gbsols.com.au, Magi, MADJI, .com.au. Come and talk to us. We've got a great facility. We've got showrooms in Northgate, manufacturing facilities, where we make our chairs, lounges, desks, joinery, stuff like that. Would love to have anyone come by, have a look at our scope. We're moving sort of into other regions, Darwin, other southern states. So we're really trying to get hold of as much business as we can.
Mate, brilliant. Hey, and as always, thank you for the episode.
Love it.